Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Let's take a look on our phone here and let's see what's been happening. Current blood sugar is at 10.3. It has been up. 10's my new magic number, I guess. I went up over 11 and I've come down a bit. And hopefully we'll go down lower. But let's take a look at time and range. Again, just like the other days we've been on this, the same information. 35% time and range. Not great. For the week I've had the pump, I've only been time and range 53, I believe the number. Ooh, it's almost like dyslexia. So 65% above. We have to bring that down a bit. Even though my doctor may just love this, I'm not too hip on it. Okay. Average blood sugar has come down a bit. It's still at 10. What I really would like to discuss today is all the numbers CGM gives you. What are you to do with all this information? Stay tuned and we'll be right back. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. CGM can work with your pump. I don't care whether you're Freestyle or Dexcom or Medtronic. This is a Medtronic pump. And wearing a sensor allows us to see what our numbers are, and you should be tracking utilizing this information. You could sit there with a little piece of paper drawing on it, or you could do blood tests 4 or 5 times a day and recording all that information and writing it all down. That's what we used to have to do. Now we don't have to worry about that, because on your unit with Medtronic, you have all the information, which is nice. I chose Medtronic because I like the idea of everything together. Nothing negative against Omnipod or Tandem or Dexcom, but I don't like having to put everything on my phone, or PDM, personal diabetes manager, I believe they call it, because I know I'd forget it someplace. But with this, you get a care link. And care link is a way you can pull up graphs, you can see what's happening. Gone are the days where every diabetic had to write meticulous notes. You had a low blood sugar. Why did you have a low blood sugar? It was a lot of extra time. Utilizing your pump and the information allows you to take a look at things and, maybe we need to increase insulin or speak to your doctor. Now, it is now March 2nd. I know it's the 1st today. Next week, it's a Saturday. I tape these out of sequence, so that's why we're sitting there in June. It's now technically June 1st. Or no, June 4th. I'm not sure. I think it's the 4th. But this is actually March. This is before Easter. I do this so I have a video going up every day. My topics allow me to do this. If I was a vlogger and going out there and filming everything and watching everything, I couldn't do that. But doing a diabetes vlog allows me to program ahead of time. I tell you my blood sugars because I want you to see that I'm not always perfect when it comes to my blood sugars. Right now, I don't know why I'm acting up. Yes, like I'm really acting up. But why my blood sugars are going higher. If you look back a couple of weeks, you will see my blood sugar was tanking all the time. Sometimes I need to just have a normal day. I think whatever was causing me to go low, I need to revert to the blood sugars I was having before then. And I think maybe we need to change the basal rate. Maybe take a look at what we're having per meal. Because I don't like sitting at 10. I would like it to be 8. I'm happy with 8. But I don't sit there and go, oh my God, I've got to give extra insulin now. Oh no, I've got to give extra insulin. I could start adjusting for my meals by adding more carbs and still playing around with insulin. They'll never know. What's the use? I don't play around with my insulin. My control before getting the Cgm was pretty well totally berserk. there has been talk here or in Abbotsford about me switching over onto needles. And I don't think that's a good idea. I've had experience with syringes that got me onto the pump because my control was so bizarre. If I was out in the real world, I would be utilizing my pump. And I think I really need to be able to keep track. They want to see what my CareLink is doing. They're welcome to the reports. It's not that, oh, well, he's dropping. Yeah, well, I think I've stopped dropping now. Why am I up at 10? Maybe we need to go back and give me some of that insulin back. Ten may be a comfortable buffer, but having blood sugars that are closer to normal is our best bet. Keeping blood sugars utilizing needles is not going to work. My labile diabetes has had them stumped forever. At least my doctor can get detailed reports. And I hate to say it, but the reports that come off here are a lot more substantial than what the nurses are able to write. They have different numbers. They have different calculations. Yes, the nurse and I can write down what my blood sugar is, the amount of carbs I had, the amount of insulin given. But the pump gives my insulin throughout the day. Every 5 minutes, it keeps telling me what my blood sugar is. I at least go on to CareLink once a day. With the new pump, I don't have to worry about, oh my God, did I write down a number? Did I miss a number? Oh, what was my number at lunch because I forgot to write it down? This does it, and it sends all that information to the CareLink profile. So I can type in, I can see all the reports I need to see. When I go see my endo, which I did February 21st, my time, not your time, we discussed the reports. He was able to pull them up, look at them. I don't make sense. And after my first year of being really tight control, I went where, oh well, yeah, sometimes I forget about snack. Snack was the first thing to go. I just have more dinner. Well, I was a little bit tighter control. I went from there to being out of out of any resemblance of control. Didn't have a little machine. I was introduced to a glucometer in my junior year of high school. I didn't know, I could use it, but I didn't know how I could really use it. The biggest thing I did with that at first was at a high school fair. I took people's blood sugars. And it wasn't until after high school I really started to utilize this. And then I got a job and things, life got in the way, or I was using life in the way. My first pump didn't have all these bells and whistles. Now I don't know how I could live without it. I can see if my blood sugar's climbing, if it's dropping, if it's staying the same. I have arrows on here. Not right now, I don't think. No. But there'll be arrows pointing how fast I'm dropping or climbing. Again, this is keeping me at 10.7. I don't know why I'm going up. Well, it's after lunch, but still, having all these numbers, you need to take a look. You need to take a look at sites. One of the sites I really recommend, and I've mentioned this site before, is Taking Care of Your Diabetes, or TCOYD. Just they're there, endocrinologists actually giving you excellent information. One of the things on there is how to read the graph, and since reading that, my mind has totally cleared up. When I started this videos, I never really looked at the report. They'd print off the reports. I'd say, okay, I can see my blood sugar for that day. Didn't know anything else. Now I have so much more comfort and understanding. And you should too. If you have a son or your daughter on the pump, you need to learn what all these reports mean. It's also important, as soon as they can start understanding information and graphs and that. I think it was, for me, I wasn't a diabetic then, but I could understand graphs and that around grade 3. It could be sooner now, I don't know. But they should be able to look and take the information and start saying, well, I think we should do this. They really need to start taking their care and taking it seriously. Another site that I kind of like is Medtronic Diabetes. When you got your pump, there is a lot of information given. Either online, you get thick manuals with your pump that is laid out excellent and can get information. I'm sure T-Slim or Omnipod are the exact same thing. When you're deciding what pump you're going with, make sure that they have an extensive training program that will make it all sense of these numbers. Don't go kind of, looking for numbers that once you see them, you really don't understand them. A lot of times, Your doctors, your diabetic nurse will go over numbers, and you sit there and you go, yeah. But you really don't know what they mean. Do some research. Find out what the numbers mean. And with the help of your doctor, adjust your routines to fit, your medication to fit, your exercise to fit. You'll be so much more happier. It's a big stress over. I feel I'm getting so much more out of my conversation with my doctors because I understand. You should too. And with that, have a super day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.